and our guest speaker is Mr. Puru Pratap Singh, Head of Department, IIMT College of Greater Noida. We welcome you, sir, for today's workshop. And now, I request Mr. Puru Pratap Singh, sir, to commence the webinar.
Thank you so much, Team Nyaya Shastra, for giving me such wonderful opportunity. Am I audible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, I just want to confirm that English will be okay for all of you, or the medium will be bilingual is preferable. क्या bilingual में आप comfortable हैं या properly comfortable रहेंगे for the session? Just
Sir, English.
Okay. Sir, only English. Okay. So, let's begin with the session. Is my screen is visible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, let's start with the session, and please mute from your side. We will have a question answer session after completing the PPT. So we will discuss the question answers at that point. So let's start. Is everyone aware with the mood code? I hope everyone is okay with the mood code. Everyone is well aware with the mood code. So, what is the virtual mood code? Virtual mood code is a simulation of appellate court proceeding using your electronic or digital platforms like Zoom, Google Meet meetings, and everything. So, there is one thing you can address you and the judges. Being a participant, I can see everyone is here with some kind of names written by which email they joined them, the initials of their names. So they join through their mails, but when you are in the mood code, in the virtual mood code, you have to be selective. You have to be prepared, like from which email ID you are joining. The basic thing, we are actually dividing this whole session into 2 to 3 parts. First one is the preparation part. Second one will lead to the research portion, and the third will lead to the conduct portion. What conduct will you follow? Okay. So right now let's start with the basic pillars or foundation of the mood code. The foundation is the research and analysis. What kind of research and analysis? So when you focus on the basic mood proposition, you just read it 2 to 3 times, or majorly max to max 4 to 5 times. But it is required for any kind of proposition. Before mentioning any particular law, you have to read at least 5 times before looking up for any kind of single law. You have to read the moot proposition at least 4 to 5 times. Okay, this is the basic thing. And what comes up to next? The memorial. So memorial is like a you have prepared all the memorials. We will discuss the all structures, all things necessary to mention in the memorial, and the third one is your execution. Execution means you have to prepare, or you have to implement all the things. You have to just like justify through a legal, justified through a digital barrier. Because when we prefer for the physical moot courts, there are there is no such kind of barrier. Physical moot courts are like, we were open for the gestures of the judges, we were open for the gestures of the um, participants. We can serve them face to face. But when we discuss about the when we go for the um, when we go for the virtual moot court, there is a difference. Your camera is the courtroom. Your text setup is just is has the equal importance as well as your arguments. So let's I have already discussed that at least you can read the moot proposition 4 to 5 times. Just I said earlier, you have to read, reread, and repeat. It's like, first of all, read the moot proposition 2 to 3 times. Done. Okay. Now we are in the reread phase. Just specify those particular things. What kind of things? The specific facts which are in your favor, the specific facts which are against your party, by which, or majorly, you have to put one thing in your mind, that who are you representing. Sometimes there are few facts like neutral facts. You can use them from the both of the sides. Okay. And ultimate goal, we can say that your ultimate goal is just to present the whole proposition, not to get in the panic mode just because there is a lack of connectivity, right? You have also, when you dissect the whole mood proposition, you have to start finding the key areas, like what are the favorable facts, what are the unfavorable facts. Sometimes we ignore the unfavorable facts. We just do not do that. There are few do's and few don'ts for the specific things. So we have to be keep patient in we have to be keep patience, and the and specifically we have to keep mentioning the unfavorable facts in that manner, so that we can optimize the maximum part of them, right? Can we continue to the next? There is also a thing. um, there's a thing also, like few students, or being a moot participant or being a mooter, sometimes a student doing the kind of rushing everything. Means just like, there is only 5 minutes for motor one, or there is only 8 to 10 minutes for the motor one. I have to do this, I have to do that, one by one. You are rushing everything. You have to avoid the basic key rules. When you are representing yourself, you have to stay calm. Just because uh, time is limited doesn't mean you have to rush on every single point. You have to brief, dissect, and elaborate every single thing. It is like a and you have to very mm, I just remember when my senior said that advocacy is just like a play. My senior told me, Mr. Puru, advocacy is just like a play. You know where to stop. So just don't rush the things. Okay. So when we go to the legal research strategy, this will be the second portion in which the basic implementation will be um, tested. So the research strategy, from where we can start. When I specifically mention read multiple times, read multiple times, read the facts at least 5 times. Okay, now. So when you start, when you reread, when you dissect the mood proposition, then you have few points in your favor, you have few points in your um, in your, just like in against you. So starting, you have to start broad, start with the textbook, start with the commentaries, then go for the specific case laws, specific statutes, general to specific. You have to be very persuasive, and like that you have to use the judgments as well as in that manner also. Means you can use the precedents already mentioned, the Supreme Court judgments which are binding in nature, similar persuasive judgments which can give you some guidelines, which can support you. If you are giving a statement, you have to be very clear regarding that statement, and you have some argument in support of that statement. Don't assume things, don't go for the things like there are some there are some points on which the mood propositions is silent. You can ask for clarifications, right? There are few points in every scenario in which the mood proposition is silent. You have to use them very cleverly. Okay, then there is a line which I mentioned for all of you. A judge will test you on the facts of the case you cite. What does it mean? Can anyone, can anyone between all the participants of the upcoming Nyaya Shastra second virtual moot court competition, can anyone will elaborate this line for me, please? Any of you? Okay. So I think no one is interested to elaborate the line. So this line is just that you mentioned few cases that supports you, but you are unaware of the core facts that will backfire. A case has to be divided in three major parts: facts of the case, issue raised, and the last but not the least, judgment. So while mentioning a specific case, you have to be very specifically clear regarding these 3 points. First one, facts of the case, issue raised, and third one is the judgment. Sometimes it also happens that the minority judgment in a precedent will took up after some times as a majority judgment. It also happened in Indian legal system when a minority judgment in IC Golaknath case took the majority judgment, becomes the majority judgment in Keshwananda Bharti case. So you you can't ignore these facts, like we can just mention the case, we just mention the proper findings and just remove them, just leave them. No, You have to be very specific, the facts, the key fact, the issue raised, and the judgment. So this will give you the clarity regarding your argument. Okay. So there are basic drafting regarding the memorial. So when you draft a memorial in virtual mode, formatting is the king, right? When you use the right formatting, like you justified the content very precisely, and you have proper you use the proper citation method, use the line spacing, uh, and the formatting, font size, footnoting font. So it will give you clarity over complexity. You do not need to like write very aggressive that the judge has to be do this or the court has to consider this. No, you have to write very persuasively. You are pursuing them like the appellant submit the 2 to 3 points regarding this issue. The appellant seeks this statement as a considerable statement. This in this manner. Okay. So your memorial is the first impression. As we all know that the first impression is the last impression. So your memorial is your first impression. And in the virtual mode, the judges might be reading your memorial through the screen or right along your video or during the court while you are referring the page number 1 of the memorial, page number 5 of the memorial, page number 8, paragraph number 2 of the memorial. So there has to be a multiple screen before the judges as for so you need to be very clear cut foundation regarding your formatting. Okay. Next, we move to oral arguments. Compendium submission is not compulsory in the moot court competitions, but when I judge any moot court competition, I usually prefer the compendium. In the virtual moot court competition, easily navigable PDF compendium with bookmarks for all cited cases, statutes will be very it will be the it will make your argument like piece of cake for the judges. It will make them easy to access. Suppose you prepare an argument, you prepare a very good argument, and you prepare a very good memorial, but there is no page number on the compendium. You submit the compendium, but there is no page number. You submit the compendium, but there is no noting so that a judge can find that page number you are referring or the case you are referring so easily. So you have to be when it comes to the navigation or when it comes to the search, it has to be easy accessible, easily navigable. Okay. And one more thing, there is sometimes the participants prefer word to word reading. When you are doing an oral argument, sometimes like there are first time mooters, first or second time mooters, because mooting is just a skill and the practice practice helps them to develop. Kindly mute your mic. There is a background noise. I think someone is eating and open their mic. Okay. So just never read from the script, like word to word. There is this line, as it is this line, as it is this, as it is this. You are doing an argument. So what we have is, we have the camera, we have your gestures, we have the connectivity. Sometimes it happen like you are looking at the face of the judge, but it seems you are looking downside. You have to be like you are taking a selfie. When you take a selfie, you are very focused to the where is the camera. The selfie has to be very perfect, right? So you have to be look straight in the camera. Try to get help. You can take the help from your memorial. You can use that, but you can also refer some bullet points or some credible argument points, so that you don't need to read from like word by word from your mood memorial. Second one, you have to be very mm, you have to give at least 2 to 3 time practice rounds before arguing before the judges. You need to take help. You have to practice with your tech. We will discuss it in the upcoming slides also. You have to be practice with your tech. I will discuss in the upcoming few minutes. So let's come to the virtual round structure. Preliminary round. So as I mentioned earlier, that few students have joined through their email ID, as my name is also displaying that Puru Pratap Singh, as well as your all the participants' name are also displaying. But before joining the competition, change from one email ID, which was your official email ID for the participation, change the name of it and rename it by the team code allotted to you. Suppose you have allotted the team code 10. So if you are joining with a single email ID, then TC010. It's okay. Okay. If the speaker 1, speaker 2 is joining from the different email ID, TC010 is speaker 1, TC010 is speaker 2. Okay. When proceeding starts, speaker 1 outline the speaker 1 goes with the opening statement. Speaker 2 goes with speaker 1 with the goes with the opening statement, submits the court proceeding, said that I will managing the few issues, issue number 1, issue number 2, and my co-counsel will be managing, my co-counsel will represent the issue number 3 and issue number 4. There are few things. When you goes to the oral pleading, the the structure of an oral pleading is very important. You have to be very specific. You have to ask for the permission. When we discuss about physical moot court competition, we show our respect by standing on our seat. We show our respect by asking the bench that counsel seek permission to approach the dais. Counsel seek permission to continue with the facts of the case. So we ask for the permission in that manner. But when we discuss in the virtual moot court competition, the permission remains the same, but the mode of asking will changes. Like the counsel seek permission. If the counsel seek permission to address the bench as your lordship, if you have 2 to 3 judges, if you have 2 to 3 judges, one of them is male and one of them is female, so you have to seek permission. The counsel seek permission to address the bench as your lordship instead of your lordship or and your ladyship. Okay, so you have to be very specific with your words. When um, okay, I hope this is clear to all of you. and you have to be
Yes,
very
sir.
specific. Okay, you have to be take care of few more points, like uh, while uh, while asking for your start. So you can ask the judges, if the judges is acquainted with the facts, the council seek permission to start with issue number 1 and issue number 2. This is very important for all of you, as the judges are quite aware of the facts, but sometimes the judges ask you to to address the facts in brief. It will take time, because the time is also a key point while mentioning the anything during virtual moot court competition. Time is very crucial. So you have to be very specific. You have to ask them first, if you are acquainted with the facts, the council seek permission to start with issue number 1. When you conclude the issue number 1, so you have to ask them again. Okay, if they allow you have to ask them again, if the bench, if your lordship or if your ladyship is satisfied or is settled with issue number 1, the council seek permission to continue with issue number 2. So here you need to be very specific. When they allow you, then you have to say that the basic manners, much oblige your lordship, much oblige your ladyship. There are few things that you have to repeat one by one. Okay, these are the basic etiquettes regarding these whole scenario. um, just your face and upper half will be visible for the camera, and they can see you through just the camera. This is the barrier. So you have your words, your memorial, your etiquettes. These are the keys which communicate the most. Your calm aura, your temperament. These are the things which will play most effective role. Okay, then let's come to the most typical part of all the virtual moot court proceedings, whether it is physical, whether it is virtual, handling questions. It is quite difficult for everyone. Sometimes the judges loves the moot proposition and start grinding the students. The mooter 1 or the mooter 2, if there is any kind of issue which relates to the specialization of the judge. Suppose you have few issues, you have 2 to 3 issues, and that particular moot proposition is also related to the specialization of the judge, and you prepared your memorial in very well manner. So in that situation, when the judges started grinding you, started the question one by one, and every next question is more typical or more uh, technical than the previous one. This will be the situation. You have to be very specific. This will be the situation in which you have to stay calm, stable like a table. Take a 1 or 2 second pause, slow breathing. These situations leads to panic mode to the participant, to the mooters, because everyone is not prepared for everything. You can't prepare for every question asked by the judges. You can't. You just predict few questions, or taking help from your mentors, taking help from your guides, your guardian. You can predict few of them. Suppose your mood proposition is related to fundamental right, and out of the blue judges asked you Are you aware of the Article 1 of the Indian Constitution? You are discussing the moot proposition, you are discussing the Article 12, and suddenly the judges ask, are you aware of the Article 1 of the Indian Constitution? Are you aware in which article it is written that this constitution shall be called the Constitution of India? You are not prepared for that. Here comes the role of the researcher and your co-counsel. You cannot communicate with your co-counsel during the uh, uh, as we all know, the researcher is not allowed to communicate. The researcher is just allowed to pass the chits, and the co-counsel cannot speak during your argument. So you have to be very specific how you communicate in that sense, like you stuck in a situation. So take it 1 or 2 second pause, digest the question, and ensure that judge has finished speaking. If the judge has not finished speaking, if you have not understood the question, then ask them, request them to repeat the question, that sorry sir, sorry your lordship, sorry your ladyship, the question was not audible due to some technical glitch, due to the network issue. It is just a one time pass point. It can't work every time. It is just one single time pass. Okay, you can request them to repeat the question, right? So let's come to the prediction game. A few minutes ago, someone just turned on their mic, and there was a munching sound from their end. I had to ask them that please mute your mic. These are like, and few things are also there, like you sit in that particular environment where on behind the scenes the dogs are barking, your internet connectivity is breaking. You just sit in that situation that behind your face there is a light, there is a window, there is more uh, like more noise than your original voice. So there are some preventable mistakes, preventable glitches. You can prevent them. So you have to be practiced 2 to 3 times with your tech. As I mentioned in the slide 2 or 3, you have to practice with your tech. You have to practice with your internet. Never connect your internet with your mobile phone. Then we can connect the hotspot from mobile, and the competition will go on. No, never connect. Try the stable internet connection. Okay, mobile hotspot is just a backup, because if you use mobile hotspot as a primary thing and suddenly a phone came, the 5G connectivity comes to 4G, it is also a glitch. You are speaking with your flow, everything is going good, and suddenly a phone came, suddenly phone rings, you forgot to put your phone on the silent. So these are the glitches which can be prevented. You can put your background. Sometimes the students or the participants put some fancy backgrounds. Go for a plain wall, or a neat bookshelf is preferable. Okay, plain wall. You can blur the background. There are few settings in every kind of platform. There are few settings. but don't use too much fancy background. That's totally distracting. And sometimes some judges will get like will treat it like as a negative point. Everything was good, but something was off. It was like that. Everything was good, argument was good, support was good, compendium was good, everything was good, but something was off. What was off? The fancy background. Because just like you can't um, you can't carry a party wear in your as a your regular college uniform. You can't carry that a particular party wear. You can't carry a tuxedo in your regular as your college regular uniform. So some things have their own places. So you have to be very specific regarding these places. Like you have to be in proper attire, your gestures, your everything. Like sometimes judges are grinding you. Okay, you are representing the two issues, and judges grinds you well. Okay, judges ask you multiple questions, and just put you in a totally exhausted state. So you can't. You just thanks to God when your mic was open. Thank God खत्म हुआ. Thank God argument over हुए. तो उस समय भी अपने आप को कंट्रोल रखना पड़ता है. You have to be show some self controls until unless your mic uh, was muted, your camera was off. You just do not show any kind of gestures which is not appropriate for the proceeding, as your face is properly visible to every judge during whole proceeding. Okay, so we come to the virtual etiquettes. We all started for the for everything. So eye contact. You have to be, as I said earlier, just like you keep your eye contact in your selfie. Focuses on the camera. Where's the camera? We focuses pinpoint on the camera screen, so the selfie will look perfect, fine. So you have to be very specific while arguing. Do not look at the face of the judge. You have to look at the face of at right your webcam, your camera, and your framing will also be necessary. The upper half means your head and shoulders has to be visible. Need not to be so much close to your face that only your face is visible. Okay, even when you argue anything, if your hands are visible, that will be a plus point. If you are doing some gestures through your hands, that will be a plus point. Just because it will become the part of your argument. Your body language, you can show the body language, but during moving during those arguments, while moving your hands, you have to be specific. If you are connecting a wired earphone or headpiece, just don't unplug the wire by your hand gestures or anything. Okay, and this is the warning. Mute etiquettes. Mute, like always mute your microphone when you are not speaking. Co-counsel communication. Decide how will you communicate with your partner. Like you are connecting with your laptop and you are simultaneously typing, what can I say? No, don't do that, because it is properly audible to your microphone and to the judges as well. Okay, common pitfalls, like you are ignoring the timekeeper. You are your time is up. You did not ask the permission to extend the time. Your time is up. You see suppose there are 15 minutes for both the mooters. Okay, you mentioned that you will take the you will and you will there are 15 minutes and three issues. Mooter one said that I will be presenting the issue number one and issue number two and taking the 10 minutes, and my co-counsel will be presenting the issue number three and will take 5 minutes. Okay, so you by yourself took the 10 minutes, you exhaust your 10 minutes as per the arguments from both from the judges argument questions asked from the judges during your argument, mentioning everything. You exhaust the 10 minutes during the issue number one. You have to ask the judges to extend the time. Counsel seek permission to extend the time. So you have to keep an eye on the timekeeper as well. Okay. Second thing, the most important thing, which is ignored by many of the students, many of the participants during the moot court competition, they start arguing with the judges. They start arguing with the judges instead of arguing before the judge. There is a difference between arguing with the judge and arguing before the judge. Judge will ask you, judge will test you, judge will test your credibility before anything. If you submit a statement, judge can take full time for that particular statement. But the students or the participant did not take this thing, or these arguing we can I can say that, sir, if you ask me, sir, how can you say that anyone is arguing with the judge? How can you say that? This will reflect in the pitch of their sound. The pitch goes high when you are convincing for convincing a judge, convincing anyone for understanding a point. It is the most common thing that you started to repeat those things in a higher tone so that it will be more appealing. Then when that pitch goes high from a specified limit, you have to be humble, you have to be calm, you have to be specific. Do not argue with the judges. That is a negative point. Third one is the failure to adapt to an unexpected question. I mentioned it earlier that you are representing the state under Article 12 of the Indian Constitution, and the judges ask just what is the Article 1 of the Indian Constitution? Just digest the question, take a deep breath, and continue. Okay? Seek the time for the question. If you don't know, then seek the time for the question. Okay? Even though after a few seconds you remember the answer, don't repeat that. Don't ask that you asked few seconds ago that question. I remember now. No, that is not okay, because that was just go with the flow. When you started in next point, sometimes it happens. Then we can't remember a specific point on when it was asked. It is humanly possible situation when in lack of preparation, we can say, or lack of practice, we can say, we can't study our mood proposition well. So it happens sometimes. These are the few causes due to which these common things happen. But you have to be you have to take a note of that thing. If a question passes, then it passed. Okay, we continue to the next. Answering every question is good, but wrong answer is also which can be avoided. Okay, Next one is visible frustration, panic during tech glitches. When you don't, uh, like I discussed earlier, the preventable tech glitches, it happens. Preventable tech glitches, every time it will happen. You can say, yes, sir, the judges can't even understand a single word just because the network connectivity is not good. It happens. Your friend is your biggest enemy. Internet connectivity is your best friend, and it can be your worst enemy. Are you all getting my point? So stay calm in those situations. Okay? Do not read as it is. These are the things. So overall summary for whole of the session, like you have to be very well aware of your facts of the case, the issue raised, the supporting arguments. Okay, you have to be very respectful for the bench, for the platform. Be conversational, clear, confident. Being confident is not like fake it until you make it. No, you can be in the situation of self doubt. You can be in the situation of self doubt. You can be in the situation like how can I manage this? This is my first moot court competition, this is my second moot court competition. I i i, I know which points I do not prepare. I know these points, I cannot argue on these points. If judges ask these points, what can I say? Don't be your enemy. It happens sometime. Being a mooter or being a researcher, there are few questions. There are some parallel question. What if I can't? This is the major question. What if I spoke wrong? What if I do this? What if I do this? Just take a deep breath. Self doubt is just a part of your journey. Sometimes it happens for specifically for the first time mooters. They are excited as well as they are nervous from both the ends. If you have a teammates who are first time participating, just support them. Okay. And first and the last thing, have a plan B for internet failures. You have to be very specific for the internet failures. Okay. So let's discuss few. Is there any question answered by the end of the participants? Please feel free to ask one by one. Okay, do not bombarding the question answers, right? Please, is there is any question regarding the session or anything you all are feel free to ask. I hope there is a. Please, please. Yes, yes, please, please, please.
Good afternoon, sir. So since you have mentioned that to change our names from the Gmail to our code names as provided by Shastra, now when we are introducing ourselves to the bench, can we use our real name or we'll use the title as counsel from team number 1 or 2 like that?
Just go for the council. Just like I will be, suppose I will be the motor one for the, I will be the council one for the team code TC 010. Just use like that. Okay. Try to avoid the real name, and it will become very convenient for the judges. They will ask you multiple times if you go for your real names, like your good name is showing Rajnita ji. So if you going, I will ask you multiple times. You are representing. Okay. If you are, if it is displayed on the naming section, it will be very convenient for the judge. Few things matters.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Is there any other questions, participants? So I hope this session is concluded from my end now. Best of luck to all the participants for your upcoming second Nyaya second virtual moot court competitions. Best wishes from my end, and keep participating, keep growing, keep arguing.
Sorry, sir, for interrupting you, but I had a question.
Yes, please.
Sir, we have in our brochure that we have to include an annexure in it. So, is it similar to compendium?
Annexures are not similar to compendium. Annexure, you can ask for the organizing committee if there is any specific requirement for the annexure. Sometimes annexure contains, if you are presenting any, suppose your moot proposition is based on which law? Can you please specify?
It's basically Article 21 and
Okay.
yeah, basically Article 21 only.
It is basically on Article 21. Suppose you have, as we are in the digital era, so you created a digitalized image or anything which can be very supportive to your arguments. So you can mention those things in the annexures. Or is there any
what kind of images?
what kind of images? Suppose article just because I had not received your brochure yet, but according to the moot proposition, and you said that Article 21. What Article 21 is specifically mentioned? If is there any infographic representation of any argument? Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir. It's like a murder case, but it's based on how they took the images with the surveillance cameras, which was based on a project.
Okay.
That is AI based.
So you can specifically mention, or you can specifically generate the scenario, referring all the facts, and command to the AI that create an image which is suitable to the facts of this case. It can generate the image. You can modify into that image. It will be in supportive when you are representing the respondent. If the respondent is held guilty from the lower court.
Yeah, okay.
If that okay, so infographic representation. Okay, so all up to you, team Nyaya Shastra. Thank you very much for the wonderful opportunity. Thank you very much once again, and thank you to all the participants for listening me very carefully. Thank you, everyone. Best of luck to all.
Thank you so much, sir. On behalf of Nyaya Shastra, I would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude for taking the time to be with us today. Thank you, sir, for your generosity in sharing your time and experience. With this, I, Shambhavi Shrotriya, the host for today's program, is signing off from today's program. Thank you.
Thank you.